The key components of this circuit are 12-volt battery, isolator switch, pre-fuse box, main fuse box, ignition switch, ignition relay, stop light switch, reverse switch, instrument cluster 2, R-pass ECU, reverse buzzer, tail lamp RH, tail lamp LH, pre-fuse pigtail to front chassis 4-pole, front chassis to main wiring harness 4-pole, main to front chassis 36-pole, front chassis to rear chassis 26-pole. The pre-fuse box consists of fuse PFB2 with rating of 40 amps. The main fuse box consists of fuse F20 of 5 amps rating and fuse F19 of 5 amps rating. The battery is earthed through frame ground 3. The instrument cluster 2 is earthed internally. The tail lamp LH and tail lamp RH pin 6 is earthed at ground chassis power. The reverse buzzer pin 1 is grounded at ground chassis power. Pin 85 of the ignition relay is earthed cabin power inductive. When ignition switch is off position, the 12-volt battery voltage, red wire supplies to the in terminal of the isolator switch. When isolator switch is on, the voltage supplies from in terminal to out terminal, red wire to the pre-fuse box PFB2 with a rating of 40 amps, further supplies to the splice splits into 2 wires. One lead supplies voltage to ignition switch B positive and second lead supplies voltage to ignition relay pin 30. When the ignition switch is turned to on position. When ignition switch is on position, the voltage supplies from B positive to pin number 1. From the pin number 1, the red-yellow wire passes to the ignition relay pin 86 that activates the switch voltage, passes from pin 30 to pin 87, further passes on to the splice splits into 2 wire. From splice 1 lead wire supplies voltage to the main fuse box fuse F19 with the rating 5 amps, further supplies to the stop light switch terminal 1. From second lead wire supplies voltage to the main fuse box fuse F20 with the rating 5 amps, further supplies to splice splits up into 2 wires through 36-pole interconnector. First wire supplies to reverse switch terminal pin 1 and second wire supplies voltage to RPAS ECU pin 16 battery positive through 26-pole interconnector. When the stop light switch is engaged. When the stop light switch is engaged, the voltage supplies from terminal 1 to terminal 2. From terminal 2 the red, white wire passes to tail lamp LH and tail lamp RH at the pin 2 individually via 26-pole interconnector in between. When the reverse switch is engaged. When the reverse switch is engaged, the voltage supplies from terminal 1 to terminal 2. From terminal 2 the orange-green wire passes to the splice splits up into 2 wires. One wire supplies voltage to the instrument cluster 2 pin 15 illuminating the indication through the 36-pole interconnector. From the second wire supplies voltage to the splice that even more split up into 4 wire. One wire supplies voltage at the pin 13 reverse of RPAS ECU. In addition, the second wire supplies voltage at pin 2 of reverse buzzer. From the third wire, supplies voltage to the tail lamp LH at the pin 3, and the fourth wire supplies voltage to the tail lamp RH at the pin 3 simultaneously.